This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain shocking revelations, violence, and sexual themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I are playing the Mothership role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is entitled A Humble Collection. It was written by Nathan Decker, who is also our game warden, and this is a one-shot. So without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. Nathan?
Thanks, Tom. Space has one consistency. The real estate market is difficult. Claims of who owns what, it changes all the time. Paperwork gets lost. And that's where Mercy Rebane and Rebane speculation fits in. Now, normally, you buy a planet here, you sell a planet there, you make money at the end of the day, but things haven't been so good lately. And Mercy has gone down to the last bit of money and scraped up and bought a remote asteroid that she's the only one that seems to have noticed has some sort of space station on it, which hopefully you're going to be able to flip for a profit. And we're going to join what was the ship's name that we decided on?
Capital Gains. Yes.
We joined the Capital Gains as it begins to approach this asteroid. And it's pretty enticing from a real estate perspective. It's on its own, but there's nearby asteroids close enough you could set up little outposts on. It's a big asteroid, hundreds of miles across. Maybe there's mining. There could be some useful resources there. There's a station at the very least. But let's kind of zoom in on the Capital Gains and meet the crew. Let's start with Mercy.
Well, I'm Mercy, and I'm hoping that we're going to actually make some money on this. Times have been kind of hard lately, down to the last couple of $100 million. And, it's barely enough to get by, practically on, what is it called? Minimum wage. But, it's a promising asteroid, Chariot 7. It's looks like it's got a bit of maybe somebody started an outpost at some point. There's definitely a spaceport there. But I'm looking at it, it's probably, you could do nickel mining or molybdenum and stuff, something like that. Plus, it's got a good view, of the Milky Way. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see what we got. Hopefully, there'll be some other structures on there that we can convert into something else. It's a fixer-upper.
Yeah. How's Roy feel about this?
So Roy is Mercy's bodyguard. He's happy to be on the trip. Mercy pays adequately. He used to be a bodyguard to the stars and to politicians, but there was just too much drama. Being a bodyguard for Mercy, you get to travel, you get to go to exotic places, and the most we really have to deal with are upset investors, which you shove them around a little bit, then they back off.
Like a bunch of babies.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Speaking of babies, but seriously, Rachel, you're kind of the muscle of this. You pick up the things that Roy doesn't get paid to pick up, but how are you feeling about this endeavor?
Well, I think the number one worker patch on the coverall says it all. My job here is to make sure that everything runs smoothly. Mercy makes it easy. She's not going to micromanage me. I got to tend to the hydro spammers. I tend to the hydro spammers. I don't have to worry about the quality, what time, the framework, all those things. So as long as nobody's crawling down my back, I don't mind. I like to hang out with Roy. He's got good stories. We hear about all those star celebrities and the goofy things they get into. I like to mess with the droid. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now
Speaking of,
Rachel's deceptively dangerous.
the bow really catches people
People
flat-footed.
people
Yeah.
see the bow and they think they can get away with shit. No way.
Unassuming is the best stance I find people in.
Mhm. And the android, efficient discovery.
I have been named Efficient Discovery Talos by my um, coworkers. I basically just do the calculations of the real estate and all the hard math stuff that humans don't like to do is what I do. And if I were capable of liking my job, I wouldn't, but I'm not, so it's all good.
And lastly, someone that may be very much looking forward to their job. Doctor, how are you feeling about this asteroid?
Hello, hello. I'm Dr. Marcus Bergdorf. I'm looking to discover something undiscovered so I can write a paper on it, become famous, retire to a leisure planet, and teach academia part-time. However, if we don't discover something undiscovered, we can at least discover the second best thing, precious metals.
And that's music to Mercy's ear, I suspect. Yes.
Yeah, we kind of want to get lucky. He's in for a cut if he finds stuff, but not much of a cut, but 1.3% of a big molybdenum mine or something like platinum. Jesus.
Yeah, you're kind of thinking about all the ways this place can make you money, and you're approaching this asteroid Chariot 7, and you're getting pretty excited because you're not seeing a lot of mining equipment set up or anything. It looks pretty untouched. But Dr. Bergdorf, could you make an intelligence check?
Of course, I'd love to.
And you can add your geology or field knowledge.
5. I just make that.
Okay. Just make it is enough. There is something strange about this asteroid. The shape is a little off. There is a mountain sort of peak that is really the only outcropping there, and that's where the station is. But the rest of it's too circular, too intentional. And there are kind of the pockmarks of other space crap basically hitting this place, but it's a little too clean from what you'd expect.
That is quite odd. Maybe we should send some scouting drones to it.
Okay, you have some scouting drones?
Now, would I be
Hopefully
the one
it's
to
not,
operate those?
Hopefully it's not diamond. If I find another diamond asteroid, what a useless piece of rock that would be.
Positively worthless.
The
Yes,
most
let's
common
send some
material in the
drones
world.
to get a mineral sample of the soil.
Yeah, you can get close enough here, probably parking somewhat near the station, and you send these drones down, and what do? They get a little scoop, bring it back to you.
Of course, and it's probably going to be operated by Efficient Discovery Talos.
Yeah. Well, it's not a difficult task. The asteroid is not trying to dodge the little shovel, but you definitely, yeah, it'll scoot down. No, it doesn't. But as you are bringing this down to the atmosphere, you do notice that it looks like there used to be kind of a docking spaceport next to, it's the station. You realize it must be in the mountain. So there's kind of this mountain with you assume a door, and then kind of like a docking spot, but that's been obliterated by an asteroid. but
Oh
you can,
dear.
yeah, you can easily scoop some of the asteroid and come back up.
I will start doing an analysis right away, Mercy.
Do you have any idea what the atmosphere is like?
What do the
Is
ship
there anything?
sensors say?
No atmosphere on the asteroid.
Yes, we will have to use our suits, vac suits.
But in terms of if you were to try and land, it would be an easy task to do. Like, this is not going to be complex in any way. And I'm going to let Doctor, your roll ride. You're seeing a lot of interesting trace materials in here. It looks like well, if you didn't know better, you'd say that the asteroid was fake. Someone made it.
Manufactured.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That could be a boon, you know.
You think
It's
so?
just
You
an-
think someone's pumping this manufactured asteroid with precious metals?
Well, that's true, but if it's a facility of some sort, then there could be, a lot of work could have already been done. You'd find an
It
old
might be
military base or something.
or a lost civilization.
I've never
Oh,
heard
on an
such a thing.
asteroid, I don't think that's likely, but
Not likely, but plausible. Possible. Only one way to find out. Do we want to do a bioscan? Of the surrounding
certainly
area?
can. Yeah. You give it a thing, you kind of watch it a little bit. Nothing.
yeah.
Well, I had my hopes up.
FED, what do you think? What's your opinion? FED, efficient discovery, Talos. I'm not going to say it every time. I'm giving you a nickname, same as everybody else gets a nickname. FED.
I believe that the only reason anybody would ever construct such an asteroid is to hide it from others, probably for military reasons, as you suspected.
Well, on the bright side, you could maybe salvage some military equipment if this was once a military base.
Yeah, that might work.
I
Well,
do
we'll
have
just have
some
to see.
contacts that we can potentially sell that to. Some of my old military buddies who've gotten out of the service to kind of run their own organizations that provide assistance for the right price.
Yes,
If
yes.
it's in good enough condition, maybe we could turn it into like a palatial estate.
Yes, and then we can move on to the next asteroid and discover something
Yeah,
actually
honey, I don't know
interesting.
that there's going to be another asteroid. This has taxed me right down to the bare bone.
Well, let's make an effort to find something then. I will start putting on my vac suit because we
Right.
do need to get out and collect more. Is there any caves? Because that would be the pay dirt.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there are. It's strangely uniform. There's maybe like a crater or two where something has hit it, but nothing natural.
There could be caves. It's hard to tell. It could be under the surface, and if it's a gigantic space station, then I mean, maybe the debris on the surface that looks like dirt and rock is just something that's been accumulating over the course of
Yeah,
100
we
years.
give it
or so.
a ping on our terrain scanner then.
Yeah. You're definitely with a terrain scanner. You kind of have a mountain's probably a little generous for how much this is built up, but it's just the tallest sort of peak there. And the cave system, maybe you're kind of thinking like, oh, maybe the station was built into a cave, but from the level of construction, they probably just created this mountain to put the station in.
Being the mechanic on duty, I will find the scientist, Dr. Marcus, down there, and I'll start helping him with assembling his zero-G gear and doing the same, being relatively skilled in zero-G myself, and kind of take the opportunity to make sure he's got everything he needs.
How are you today, Rachel? Another day, another dollar, right?
Somebody's dollar.
Our gracious hostess.
Can't argue. It's the best scene in the universe as I look out the little porthole window.
Well, today is just like any other day. Standard procedure.
Yeah.
I'm putting on my vac suit.
So extra tight then, Doc, and I tighten down.
Oh, yep. Thank you. Thank you for that.
All right. So it sounds like you are landing and you are sending just the doctor out ahead, or
I'll
is
go with
anyone
him.
going along?
I'll go with him.
Do
Just
we
take a
see
wrench,
any
like a multi-tool.
indication- Do we see any indication from the station? Are we by the station? Are we at the station?
You're still kind of, floating, space-wise.
Oh, well,
but yeah, you could land
if
very
we're
easily.
going to land near the station,
Yeah.
Any indication that there's any power, even if a light bulb on somewhere, or
Yeah, maybe you're kind of looking, you do like an electromagnetic thing, and there definitely seems like there is juice flowing through kind of the station area.
so there's a power source.
Yeah, but you're not seeing any solar panels or anything.
But
You said that
Oh.
the landing platform had been destroyed by an asteroid. Are the doors destroyed as well, or are they intact?
The doors look to be intact. Like there's kind of one of those like short tunnels that
Mhm.
or not tunnels, like tubes they would have had.
Yeah.
It looks like that might have gotten sheared off and you could pretty easily just hop into it and get to the airlock door.
Gotcha. Okay.
and is there any indication by the architecture, the way that it's built, that it fits into any particular period of time, or is it just generically
Ooh.
rectangles and squares? And
I wish I had given you a real estate. Assume you're trained in real estate or history of some kind, and go ahead and do an intelligence roll.
I've got archaeology.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's go, Mercy.
Let's see. Oh, I got you. Got to get below, right?
Below.
In
Yep.
this game. Yes, I got 17,
Nice.
which is a pass.
Oh yeah, that's got to be below. You're just kind of looking at this and you're thinking of, with the doctor talking about this construction, people haven't done this sort of thing in hundreds of years, and based on the technology you're seeing, this is 300, 400 years old. This is
300, 400
Yeah.
years. Not likely anybody's home. But still, Rachel, you make sure if you take a blaster with you in case there's some strange evil space worms that have moved in.
Well, I
You
hope
remember
not.
Galactan 7.
The
That was-
bioscanner says otherwise.
Miss Rebane, the fridge in Glagnon 7 was quite a sight to see.
Yeah. And they weren't carbon-based units, they're carbon-based life forms, and they could be silicon-based. They wouldn't show up on our scanners as biological.
and with that inspiring sort of
precautions.
speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, there.
Take
there.
precautions.
All right. So Dr. Bergdorf and Rachel, it sounds like, are suiting up and heading out. You manage to get through the little tube and you do find there is an airlock door. And it has in really pretty fancy carving, like it's carved into the rock above the door. I'll definitely mispronounce this, but Phaethon Station.
Never heard of it.
You know, I always say this, Rachel, but I hope to have something named after myself one day. So I hope we find that.
If we're lucky, is there a manual way to open the airlock if it's not powered?
Yeah.
Well, you must have your
see
plasma
little-
cutter.
I'd prefer to crank it open if I can. We'll save power for when we have to cut something open, right, Doc?
Absolutely.
And there's a manual way to do it. And as you had kind of wondered, in fact, there appears to be a bit of power to it. Maybe you have to like wipe the little entry pad off, and it's ancient, but you're smart enough to know that green probably means open and red probably means close. So you hit the thing and you hear the cycling and hiss, and the airlock opens. And it's well, it's been in a vacuum for a long time, but you're looking at this airlock and it's pretty nice. They put red carpet in and wood paneling. It's a bit dated, maybe 400 years, 500, somewhere in there. But it seems quite extravagant.
Maybe we can scavenge some old world technology.
I'd say the photo evidence alone would definitely add to the AI's integration.
And I hope that red isn't blood.
Let's cross our fingers. Here, maybe just
I was
step
joking.
to
It'd
the
be
side.
brown by now.
Oh. And I get lost in thought about how Doc is right about that.
I'll radio back to the ship and say, it seems that we have some old world station, and it looks very pristine.
Antiques. I'll be over in about 10 minutes.
She's doing her hair.
Yeah, it's pretty common, right? Maybe we check and see if we can get the lights on. Is there power?
Yes, I will look for a station map.
Okay.
Yeah.
You let me know, and I'll hit the circuit board. It looks old enough. We might need even some socket circuits.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll probably have to get to the maintenance room.
Yeah, and you are saying that, and you hear kind of the hiss of the air finishes, and the interior door cracks open. And you are correct. There's no light in here. It's completely dark, but there's enough power that you're thinking, oh, maybe if we go to the power station, as the doctor said, yes, there's something. But when you step out of the airlock, the room you walk into is absolutely massive. And we're talking a football field or two in size just for one room. And it's that same red carpet throughout and the wood paneling. How are you guys lighting this area?
So I do have a chest mounted flashlight as I flip it on, as I step in.
Yeah, you flip it on, and you see, looking around this place, that the vast majority of this area is empty. But there is a kind of like a square where there are set up a few little rectangular cases with glass tops, and you're pretty sure that's a spaceship hanging from the ceiling, on wires. And yeah, this kind of looks like a museum.
My lord, it looks like a museum.
It looks like my favorite liminal space horror game, if I'm being honest with you, Doc.
I wonder if there were curators.
Whatever they were, they had an awful cool collection.
Yes. I'm going to radio. Miss Rebane, you're going to want to see this.
Well, yes, I'm almost there. I'm just crossing the airlock now.
Oh, I would say bring everyone. We need their expertise.
Oh yeah, if Mercy goes over, I'm going to.
I'll tell Efficient to come with me as well.
I'm going to see if I can find the power to get the lights on. I'll start going room to room to see if I can find something.
Okay.
I will follow behind Rachel.
Wonderful. Well, we'll kind of we'll get back to you in a second. The others, you get through the airlock, and yes, you are marveling at this. Those that are looking, you kind of mentioned maybe we'll look for a little map. Well, it does appear as you walk across this large area, there is one of those little standees that you'll see in museums that have you were here. There's that.
Any pamphlets?
There are no pamphlets, but you can see that there is this main hall connecting on the left and right to a room. The left is titled Helping the Underdog. The right is titled Slaying Monsters. And it shows that there is a stairwell near the back. And up top, there is a room titled Conquering Planets. There is also a bathroom, because of course a space station would have that, and a control room. And a little area marked basically employees only storage.
Can I identify the spaceship that is hanging from the ceiling? As far as where it came from, what civilization, what kind?
Do you have any xenology knowledge?
I don't, but I still got archaeology.
Yeah, you could roll intelligence.
Okay. 0. Oh, wait, is that good in this?
I don't think so. I believe
000 is a crit.
Oh, is it a good one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it good?
I never remember.
It is good.
It is good. Yeah, you're pretty excited. This is very clearly a war, like a small warship, kind of think like X-Wing size, right? Where it's just hanging there. And this whole empire went under about 600 years ago. So this would have been a relic whenever this was made. That's possibly pretty valuable.
I think that is a Carillion Death Slayer, if I'm not mistaken. That's much older than this station. Somebody collected that and hung it up there.
Yeah, and you're seeing kind of, maybe you're walking towards us a little to get a good look, that there's a couple of these other little pillars that have items inside them. It looks like some sort of rock that's faintly glowing, a little like a book in another. And you see that there is a banner that has fallen onto the ground near that says Phaethon Station Grand Opening. But it's just kind of lying. It's not connected to anything. It's just on the ground.
So, just a general conference with everybody. We've stumbled into a museum of some sort, an alien museum. We got to keep this on the down low, because if the historical societies get a hold of this information, they're going to come and appropriate all this stuff, and we're not going to get paid a dime. So I'm thinking black market. If we're going to sell these things, and we'll sell them to legitimate collectors, but not just give them to the museums to hang in there. That's ridiculous. We've got too much invested in this place.
Well, this is your property, Miss Remain. You bought everything on this asteroid.
Yeah, but space law. Sometimes you buy a property and then find, do you dig up some old Carillion battle cruiser and they say, well, we're going to appropriate that because it's historical. Okay.
Yeah, think of the tax write-off you get from donating it. I'm not saying you should, but
that's
there is
possible.
That too.
I mean, we'll consider that. We'll see which way is going to pay us better. We can do that.
Yes, we should catalog everything.
Yeah.
But first, the lights.
Do we have environmental sensors on our suits to tell us if the air is breathable, the temperature, and all that?
Yeah, the air would be breathable, but very unpleasant. You'd probably just want to keep it on for now. I don't know that it should be airtight, so in theory, it's the same air as years and years and years ago, but
yes,
there's probably a control room.
You wouldn't want to breathe in that stale air, Mr. Roy.
I'm just not a fan of these suits.
If we can get the air scrubbers going.
I suppose we should I'm going to head over to the employee only area.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Yep. And actually, the station control would probably be next to that. So you do see that there is a kind of like exhibit storage where they have the back area, but you do notice as well the station control. Which one would you like to go to?
Oh, station control should have what we need. So,
yep. Excellent. Yeah, small little room. Looks like it's got cameras set up among the 3 areas, but obviously they're offline. You just see the little televisions there. And there is a power control unit that is
Sweet.
Perhaps dated, but very usable.
Okay.
And you have the lights bring up. The oxygen comes on with kind of the sound of fans. Yeah. And I'm going to have... Who went with Dr. Bergdorf? Did anyone? Or is everyone else in the main area?
I mean, Doc and I were going to turn on the power.
Yeah, most likely Rachel.
Okay. The 3 that are left, give me a fear save, please. Nice. It's just 1 stress on a failure, so increase your stress by 1.
Sorry, how do you do fear again?
You just roll the D100. It should be right under your kind of core stats.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Yeah, failed. So I take 1 stress.
Take a stress.
Yep. Any failed roll is 1 stress.
Yep.
Even
also,
skills.
since I'm there, you have to take it at a disadvantage.
Really?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Actually,
well, luckily,
whenever I take a fail, when I take a sanity save, all nearby friendly players gain 1 stress. So
but that would only be a sanity. This is just a fear,
Yeah,
like
it's a
jump shock.
Oh, you're correct. You're correct.
Yeah, because right kind of in the middle of all this equipment, a hologram crackles into life, and you see it's this man with a pipe, and he's wearing a golden kind of sweat, like a loungewear sort of suit with a little black belt crossing it. Oh, I didn't see you there. Welcome to the Thurland Museum, highlighting the many accomplishments of Ambrose Thurland, that is to say, me. I hope you enjoy some of the memorabilia from my many adventures across the galaxy, making it a safer place for humanity. And your companies, of course. Please grab a wine glass from my PR bot, and I'll be up shortly to join the party. Cheers! And it crackles and dissipates.
Obviously,
Hey,
it's not a
sailor.
sentient, interactive, but a piece of old crap.
Yeah, you can see the little projector now in the floor now that it's popped up.
I wanted to interact with it and ask it questions, but meh.
If you wave your hand near it, it'll pop on again and do the whole thing.
Set a box over the projector. So I'm just wandering around. If there's anything to look at, I'll look at it.
Yeah. Kind of in this like massive room, you see that there is the ship, obviously, that strange glowing rock. Looks like it's labeled as the Tyrant Rock of Tandrapri, whatever the hell that means, and some alien book. But obviously all these are behind glass.
They're all behind glass. Yes, I wouldn't touch it then because it might be in, hermetically sealed environmental control. So 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this museum has more floors and has more things because
there's at least 2 more rooms. 3 was upstairs as well.
you check out the bathroom, see what the facilities are like. Who knows what these aliens are like.
I've been there. They're not bad.
Oh, okay, good.
They're
So vaguely
very
humanoid.
nice. Yeah. They have a little towel bot that just hands you a fresh towel.
Oh. I thought most of those committed suicide years ago because that's all their purpose was. Just to hand people towels.
AI has come a long way.
Indeed.
Well, I mean, the room to the left, according to the sign, says helping the underdog. The room to the right says slaying monsters, which sounds more appealing, Ms. Redbing. Or Rebing.
I'd say, let's see, let's slaying some monsters. Let's see if we get some good alien macaques or something.
I will then go to check out helping the underdog.
All right. Well, let's as the two of you kind of split off left and right, Dr. Bergdorf and Rachel, you get to actually watch them walk across this massive hall to the sides.
Look, like ants.
Or a Scooby-Doo cartoon.
Well, we've have power. Are there any panels that give us diagnostics for this station?
I don't know.
Any
Let me look.
logs?
Yeah, it does look like there are some
Why was this
logs.
shut down? Was there any problems with it?
You start to go back into it, and you see that this place has just been basically in hibernation for these hundreds of years. And it just kind of stopped one day as a hibernation protocol kicked in because there were no living creatures on the station. It just shut down. Maybe they all just left.
Now, let's see if they have any video evidence from hundreds of years ago.
It looks like they do, in fact, have this. Is there a particular time you are looking for? You see it goes back quite a bit.
Yes, let's query, let's say maybe 24 hours before hibernation protocol was enacted.
On screen?
Okay. Yes. You can pop it up and you see there is, well, this man that introduced himself. He's wearing that distinctive golden outfit.
Gaudy.
He seems to be commanding this robot around. It's ancient by any standards. It's nowhere near what efficient discovery is. And it's just kind of tottering around and cleaning things and getting a drink tray around. Looks like he's doing preparation for the party.
Skip.
I like a man in uniform.
Okay, then you can keep watching.
That's all right.
Don't let me skip ahead.
Zip.
Both of you can make an intellect roll, though, as you're zipping through this.
Sure.
With pleasure.
Oh, that's a failure. That's a 7. Oh, wait, that's a success. We're in COC.
16.
Yeah, 7's great. 16.
I'm good. My massive brain.
You're having a hard time figuring out that camera angle because you can compare it to what you just saw, and it looks like that room used to be a lot smaller.
Hey, wait, Doc.
What are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Well, I mean, something's not right.
A statistical impossibility. That's what it is. Are you saying that this room was used to be filled with miniatures that now somehow blew up?
Doesn't make sense, but let me see if I can find something else. Try and find something else on the cameras.
Okay.
What are you looking to find? Is your
any other angle, any other feed, something like that would corroborate any other corroborating information?
Well, it's the other rooms look pretty static. It does look, you see the upstairs room looks like it has a great number of rocks in it that is still there. The lower levels, one of them is kind of outfitted like a jungle sort of look. That is probably the slaying monsters side of things. And the other side is more of like a historical sort of figures, mannequins standing with strange outfits. But the cameras aren't that good.
I just creak my chair slowly towards the dock.
I'll just spin you around. Cut that out.
I don't know what to make of this.
Well, you keep looking because we need to see what happened.
All right. I drop some more screens of
I
whatever information.
will go one room over to the employees only to see if they have a log there.
Okay.
I'll be right next door.
I'll knock on the wall if I need anything.
Of course. Of course.
All right. Let's jump to efficient discovery. Efficient discovery, you're walking into this room. You went for helping the underdog, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
And you pass the threshold for a little bit, and maybe there's a part of you that's expecting it. And you cannot believe that there's another hologram that pops up that goes, "Hello, welcome to helping the underdog. Feat that I've done across my."
And then look at the other stuff in the room.
And yeah, you're looking around the room, and it seems to be focused primarily on this throne and a bunch of mannequins dressed as maybe like a royal family. And it's these like kind of blank-faced sort of metallic things, and they hold crowns, but they have kind of the fishbowl head coverings. It feels very like old style sort of things, but it talks about the royal family that he overthrew, and you can see there's a great number of trinkets, but like crowns, sabers. There's an ancient laser pistol there. It's all very royal looking in this room.
Very interesting. This all seems quite antique.
Yeah, and you're leading over looking at one of these things, and when you turn back, one of the mannequins is gone.
Oh dear. I'm going to investigate the spot where it was. Was there any sort of dust or mark that it was there?
There's a couple of footprints, like where it would have stood, but you don't see anything else. It's like it just disappeared.
What about the other mannequins?
They're just kind of there. They're mannequins. Maybe like tap on a noggin or something.
I will say, pardon me for the intrusion, and I'll try to open up one of them and see if there's anything inside.
Yeah, you kind of pop it. There's no like sound of it being pressurized or anything, but you just hear this distant voice. Empty inside.
I'm getting some strange static on the communications equipment.
I check the comms and see if they're online on the ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
comms are online.
Did any of you hear empty inside? Empty inside? Anybody?
Nope, negative.
Mercy, I think your Android is broken.
Efficient, where are you at the moment? Where did you go?
I'm in the wing labeled helping the innocent or helping the underdog.
No, we don't know what sort of collection, or the man might have been like one of those strange fetishists that was into animatronic life forms. You could just be hearing part of the show, if you will. Don't worry about it too much unless you're physically assaulted, which
Indeed.
hopefully he wasn't into that as well.
There just might be more to this than it seems.
I
Oh,
send a
are we talking about ghosts again, darling? I told you there's no such thing as ghosts or souls or any of that old nonsense.
I come over the comm. Mercy means to tell you she doesn't believe in ghosts.
My robot, I'll tell him what he should believe, what he shouldn't believe.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, just keep an eye out. We'll be over there after a few minutes. We're checking out this other room, the monster room. Who knows? As long as it's not spiders.
Well, yes, as Mercy and Roy, you walk into this next room. It has a very fake jungle feel like you have at the museums where they put up the trees that are like, I'm
Yeah.
not fooled. And you can see there's a great number of these kind of creatures set up throughout the area. One in particular that stands out because it's towers and almost scrapes the ceiling is this massive war sloth, as it's titled. And it has the chest of it has split open over time, and you can see just all the like sawdust interior has fallen onto the floor.
Oh dear. So it was actually stuffed.
Yes.
That's barbaric.
And a lot of the other creatures, you're looking around at them, those are very clearly like statues. And those have a little note next to them that say the triumphs had to be recreated due to the condition of the original specimen after the laser fire.
After the laser fire. Yes, but killing animals and then stuffing them and putting them in rooms is positively barbaric when you could so easily laser scan them and make replicas out of plastic or synthetic or animals. I'm sure it was quite a noble creature at the time. Is anybody with me? I forget.
I am.
Oh.
Roy is.
Roy, what do you think? It says laser fire. After the laser fire, was there gunfights here?
I don't think they mean here. Looking around, my guess, and given the jackass that we saw in the other room, I'm guessing that they were on a hunting expedition, or maybe these creatures attacked them.
Oh, I see.
And that's this is what was left over.
I mean, one can surmise that you don't want to put a bullet through the forehead of the creature that you're going to want to stuff and stick in the
You would think.
museum. It's morbid, like a mortuary with dead, preserved bodies everywhere.
Oh, the smaller ones, they're just smaller versions of the big war sloth.
There's a variety of different sort of dinosaurs.
Okay, so it's not like it was they're all one.
kinds
Okay.
of aliens. Yeah, but a lot of them are very like plastic. And yeah, you're thinking maybe he just vaporized them and was like, I killed that thing. Make me a statue.
I think this is his trophy room, if I had to guess.
I wonder if there's any holographic emitter in here we can activate. He could tell us something. I look around to see if I can see anything like that.
Yeah, it looks like there's one maybe a little bit buried under some of the dust. You're kind of thinking maybe he was going to show off the war sloth.
Kick the dust off of it and kind of stamp on the floor a couple times. Activate.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Welcome to my great trophy room. You can see I've slayed many monsters here, including the mighty war sloth. I can assure you it's a lot faster than it looks, and thanks to my quick reflexes and handy Gatling laser gun, I was able to take it down.
Hologram Thulin, are you able to interact and answer questions?
Welcome to the Slaying Monsters room. It repeats exactly.
I'll kick some dust back onto the lens.
And he kind of like fades out as that.
As amusing as that was, I'm not very happy with this so far. Nobody's going to pay for a bunch of stuff. trophies. Is there any other way out? Is this like an exhibit you walk through and
It's
go
kind of
somewhere
like
else?
you'd walk in and then you'd walk back to the main area. It doesn't look that big.
This is not a museum. It's a tribute to a man with a big ego. Let's go see what Deficient is doing.
And you
All right.
walk back kind of out of this jungle and you hit the edge of the jungle and it's no longer flush with the door. In fact, the room has expanded greatly. And there's just kind of this little island of the jungle and a vast kind of fake concrete look, like the walls have just pulled apart, the floor has stretched. And can the both of you make a sanity save?
Yeah.
Ooh, best.
Oh, barely. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're good then.
What? What's happening? Something shifted.
Did
Did
it
the
or,
room-
or
I don't remember this concrete part here. We're still on the same path.
And you can still see the door. The door is just a lot further away now.
There's some sort of spatial anomaly. Let's get the hell out of here.
yeah, I agree. I'm also gonna kind of radio up whoever's in the control room. Are you seeing us on the cameras?
We can read you, yeah.
Yeah, and you look up and maybe I don't know what Rachel was doing, but looking up at the camera for that room, it's a lot bigger now, and the lobby seems a lot smaller. Like it's back to that old size that you'd seen long ago.
Let me recalibrate. We might have an issue with the resolution on that camera.
Does it seem like the exhibits are getting bigger, or are the exhibits the same size and we're shrinking? Or
The exhibits seem to be the same size. They kind of end up
So the
in
room
the
is
middle of
changing.
this vast, yeah.
the
this
room is
vast
changing.
area.
We're not changing.
Could he have constructed a funhouse type museum?
I think this is just his ego. He comes here and thinks, wow, he has a party, invites his friends over, shows them his collections.
Gives them a couple drinks and messes with their heads?
Yeah.
Do I see it's a mechanical thing?
You're looking through this. Go ahead and do an intelligence, maybe some sort of industrial equipment, jury rigging, repair, something in the mechanical line.
78. I don't think that's gonna fly.
Probably not. Yeah. Not that you can tell. And you're not seeing big like power expenditures, but it's possible you haven't delved that much into the system yet.
Everything looks green on this side, Roy.
The illusion is quite striking. It's as if the room itself was expanding. But that's not possible, is it? Could the room itself be a hologram? I mean, you'd have a lot of power.
Yeah, you're not seeing the power expenditure that it would need, and with the technology level, it seems unlikely.
I checked the oxygen levels in the room. Are they hallucinating?
No, but
Still have art.
the oxygen levels seem good, but there's also something weird about them. There's not enough oxygen in there. Like it might, maybe it gives you like the percent. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that.
It's like something is filling the space. It's like pushing the oxygen out to the right concentration, but you don't see anything.
Is there any metric that I could use, any sensor to try and measure that?
Yeah, you're like flipping between heat, whatever. You're doesn't you're not seeing anything.
Mercy, we have an anomaly, but I can't put my finger on it. One moment.
And you hear behind you, Rachel. Be empty with me.
Was that you, Doc?
I'm in the other room.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's no one there. Worship me, Rachel.
Where's that coming from?
It is, maybe you're going to start looking for speakers or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think the room's getting, there's more space. Like you kind of put your hand against the wall and you look over, and then your hand's further from the edge than it used to be. This room seems to be changing shape.
Looks like it's getting bigger.
I can hurt you, Rachel.
What?
I can hurt you. Worship me.
Who are you? I'm the number one worker on this ship.
Rachel, we can hear you. Who are you talking to?
You don't hear that?
Well, we don't hear anything. We hear you.
Who are you?
I am the old
I'm
shadow, Rachel.
Mercy Rebane.
Worship me.
I won't worship you. Who are you?
I never wanted you to worship me, Rachel.
Rachel's having a little breakdown.
Yeah, make a
We need to
sanity
get to
save.
Rachel. Something's wrong, Roy.
All right, let's go.
Something's wrong maybe with the oxygen.
Yeah, 84. That's a fail.
Yeah, take a stress.
All right.
And let's go back to Dr. Bergdorf. Dr. Bergdorf, you're looking through storage.
Yes, I am. I'm humming a classical tune. Eric Satie.
And this is a exciting room because maybe you heard like, oh, there are rocks around, and you're like, that's pretty cool. I can't wait to get to that room. And there's some here. And if this is what's behind the scenes, you're very excited about what could be upstairs.
Oh, delectable specimens.
Yes. You're also finding there's kind of like that Indiana Jones style, like there's a bunch of crates just around that you don't think have been unpacked. But you kind of come up short as you see that there are three, well, they really look like Iron Maidens. They kind of have that wide human-sized base and the onyx face. They're all completely made out of onyx rock, kind of roughly cut, and they have these blank expressions on their face.
Oh, those look exquisite. Today is probably the best day of my life. And I'm going to go over to the Iron Maiden and try and open one.
Oh, it's easy to do. It's not iron, though. It is definitely rock as you're touching it.
Onyx.
You know, onyx, yeah. It's this like wonderful black color as you're pulling it open, and there's a little name tag in there, but it's just empty beyond that.
What's the name tag say?
Stella Zetterling, Gaia Enterprises.
I don't like that name. I will admire it.
Yeah.
Take it all in.
And you hear from within the onyx thing. Come inside, Dr. Bergdorf.
I haven't taken you out to dinner yet.
I will transport you, Doctor.
All right. Nice joke, Rachel.
Was Rachel running out of the room? What was Rachel doing?
I would say that at that point, Rachel was probably succumbing to fear, given that there was a sanity failure and she was going from composed to less composed. So, I don't know how you want to take that, but I would say probably starting to fall victim to whatever was going on in there.
Okay, yeah, let's say you feel like you got to get out of there.
Okay.
Like that kind of sounds good. And Dr.
Yeah.
Bergdorf, you can hear this and you're realizing that that voice, it's not Rachel, you don't think. Make a sanity save.
My massive brain says this is irrational.
Yeah, and it's totally yeah.
I'm fine.
You're fine. You're fine.
It's
And
fine.
the
This is
fact
fine.
that the other maidens are opening their doors too around you, that's fine.
It's fine. I'll just have to place myself at a safe distance and I'll be fine.
Hmm.
A child would succumb to this. I'll just walk away.
Yeah. And efficient discovery, are you rejoining everyone as well?
Um, I thought that they were coming over to me, but oh yeah, I guess we have comms, so I would have heard that they're going over to Rachel.
Yeah,
So
she sounds in distress.
I'll go take the antique laser pistol out, and look at it. Does it work?
Um, yeah, do you have any kind of gun skill? Otherwise, I'd say
Um,
just roll straight intelligence.
do I have guns? No, I only have mathematics, computers, and linguistics.
Just roll
So,
intelligence then.
okay. What is my intelligence? No, that's critical fail, 66.
Yeah, this thing is primed to go. You can shoot this all day long, baby.
Okay, I'll take it with me then.
Yeah, and kind of walking back, Mercy and Roy, you get out of the room and you're back in kind of that main area. You see the stairwell that leads up to kind of the rock room area. You see the things, and it's now appropriately sized for the space that you would have seen before. Like the spaceship takes up a good chunk of the room now, hanging from the ceiling. Like it's pretty impressive.
So the room seems to be getting bigger and smaller.
Yes.
Huh. Well, we're heading towards Rachel. If she comes out from that room, we'll be like, "Darling, what's wrong? You seem to have been talking to yourself."
I would burst through that iris door, just bear crawling, almost like you would. I get Mercy. This king said I had to worship it, and I'm just pulling at her clothes, just like my fingers shaking in
Darling,
fear.
darling, please. Yeah, stand up, please.
Go listen. Go listen.
Roy, what do you think?
Let me go look, and I'll
Something's going on here.
So it says that on my sheet that I have a shotgun. Is it safe to assume I would have brought that with me?
Oh, sure.
So I'll
You-
just go into the room, shotgun at the ready, just in case. Don't think that there's anything going on because I haven't heard anything yet. And just stand in the control room where Rachel was, just for a minute and looking around, seeing if I hear or see anything.
Yeah, and it's strange, this control room, how much wall space there is to how much monitor there is. This room seems just wrong sized. Like it shouldn't fit this way.
And
And yeah, go ahead.
over the comms, I'll say there's nobody in here but me. The dimensions, like we saw in the other room, are off. There's definitely something weird with that, but there's nobody else here.
That's right, Roy.
What?
There's nothing else here.
Do I hear
I'm
that?
here.
Just Roy. Okay.
Have my
Just
comms.
Roy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's look around, shotgun pointed around, spinning around, looking for anywhere the voice could be coming from.
And I want you to make an intelligence check.
That's intellect, right?
Yeah, intellect.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all
Oh.
I'm doing this one.
No, failed.
No. You feel like you're missing something, and take a stress because you're glad you're missing something. This room is creeping you the hell out. It's like you're being hunted.
I'll quickly then back out of the room, shotgun at the ready, and as I emerge from there to where Mercy and Rachel are, you can see me pointing the shotgun into the room,
Roy?
a little bit pale.
Roy, what's wrong?
There's nobody in there, but I heard something. Something's wrong about this place. We need to get the doctor and get out of here. I don't know what you bought, but there's something going on.
Hopefully it's not just some sort of galactic funhouse, as was suggested before. Where's Dr. Marcus? Dr. Marcus, where are you?
I'm in the employees only storage area. What is happening? Rachel's screaming.
Yes, we seem to be having some weird anomalies, voices out of the darkness, and I don't know if this is some sort of fun house or if we're in real danger from a hyper-intelligent caterpillar or something. We should probably go back aboard the ship.
Okay, you don't have to tell me twice.
Okay. So you're kind of heading out through the lobby. You're heading towards the airlock. And as you're walking, the lights go out.
Leaving so soon. No.
Do we all hear it?
Yeah, you all hear it.
Oh,
Yeah,
darling, calm down.
you can make a sanity save.
I'm speaking to the invisible entity that is talking to us. Would you explain yourself? Nothing.
Nothing.
You said damn hologram thing.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure.
Have I rejoined?
I'm the current owner.
Yeah, you have.
Okay.
I'm the current owner. We're going to sell all of this junk. So, sorry, Mr. Thulin, but your ownership of this is over with. We'll be back with a demolition crew next week.
Ulin is still here. You can join him if you want.
Who's still here?
Thulin
Thulin.
is still
Ulin, I
here.
believe.
And you're just
you're
hearing
not
this
Thulin.
in the darkness.
You're not
This-
Thulin. Who are you? Look, we don't want any trouble.
I am the All Shadow.
The All Shadow.
And you worship me.
Well, that sounds like you're putting a kind of a damper on the evening. Is there something you want, something we can provide? You're going to have to move out.
You will worship me.
I
To do.
I have a question for you. Are you a ghost?
Empty man.
Hmm.
I like you. I will take what is left of you and inhabit your body.
Now, that
Well-
would be a violation. I'm not enjoying your conversation very much. You seem quite rude.
I'm going to attempt to leave.
Mm-hmm. And
I think I'll
yeah, doctor,
Yeah.
yeah, just kind of moving. Is
I've
everybody?
had enough of this.
Yeah,
I think if the doctor's starting to move, I'm going to start moving in the direction as well as grabbing Mercy if she's not moving along as well.
No, I'll move along. I'll throw a nasty glance back and say, we'll see how you handle a 40 million ton space bulldozer.
I'm gonna stick around because I'm curious.
No, you're efficient.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're not curious, Discovery Talos. That one died last time.
Well, Discovery. This is still part of Discovery. Curiosity is part of Discovery.
Yeah.
And
Are you sure, Talos?
I just want to ask this life form a few questions, or death form, or whatever.
excellent. Well, let's go with the 4. I assume Rachel, are you staying or leaving?
I'm leaving.
Okay. I thought that might be the case.
I don't want efficient to be here all by himself, so I'll stay. But the rest of you go.
No. Rory is, if bodyguard kicking in, physically grabbing you and dragging you out if he needs to.
All right, come on, sailor. I grabbed the scientist. I'm like, let's go. Me and you, we're leaving.
I'll be
You don't have
fine,
to tell me
Mr.
twice.
Bane.
Tell me.
I'm going.
Efficient.
I'm going.
If efficient, join us in 20 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
And the 4 of you start to walk towards the airlock. It is dark. I assume the doctor turns on his light, and you just see this expanse of red carpet in front of you, and you walk in that direction, and you're going, and going and going. And in about 10 minutes, I don't know if your trade has slowed or anything, you do find the airlock.
Manipulation of our senses in the surrounding environment.
I don't know, Doc. Sometimes in the games I play, it's like time dilation, you think?
Well, we still made it to the airlock, so time to go.
Yeah,
it
but
could
if
in
the
theory
difference
be.
between us making it to the ship with 0 oxygen is an hour instead of a minute, that's a problem.
Well, the thing is, you say like you got to the airlock door, and when you hit the button, it kind of does like the error message of like, you can't enter this. There's nothing there. There's void on the other side. Like it can't pump oxygen.
Haha, very funny. Plasma cutter.
Yeah, hang on, Doc. I pull out
Are
the
you sure you
utility
got the
tool I
code
grabbed.
right?
What code?
Did you get the code to enter?
Yeah, I won't bother with the code. I grabbed a multi-tool before I left. I whip it out, and we'll just start cutting through the door.
Yeah, you know that standing near the door once this goes is probably not a great idea because there will be some
It's going to be decompression.
decompression into that room. So keep that in mind. You're starting to cut, and you're hearing the air going through the lock.
We'll give it a break if we hear it break the vacuum and let it do a little bit of equalization.
Okay.
And I take a moment to over-explain that to everyone.
Yeah, we'll stand over
Because I'm the
here.
number 1 worker. I don't know if you saw that on my...
The what's the math of? Oh, efficient's not here. He could tell us where we could stand, where even the decompression wouldn't pull us. But I think over here is fine.
We should have him on comms, though. Efficient, are you still there?
I am.
Okay.
So what do you think this is, Mercy? Some kind of alien that can turn invisible and likes to harass people?
I think it's a fucking waste of my time and money.
How do we deal with
I,
it?
of course, want us all to be safe, but this could be some stupid booby trap that this Ambrose Thulin put in place so that nobody could steal his shit.
Well, it sounds like he
Like,
was a
as if-
victim of this,
Oh, you think
this,
so? Well,
of this all shadow.
did you ever find out what reason they shut down?
We were checking the logs, and it seems like everything was going nominally until it wasn't, till it just went into hibernation mode.
And something like this would go down if perhaps Mr. Thulin died. And people do die still a few times.
Well, this
a
all
year.
shadow entity did say that Thulin was still here. Probably part of the collection. An irony.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I'm interested in real estate.
Yes, and I am interested in rocks.
And I'm interested in getting out of here. Rachel, how close are we to that door being open?
Oh, seconds. As long as this thing decompresses, we'll be inside. Give me 30 seconds to cut through the rest of the door.
And let's cut back to Talos for a moment as this, the lights kind of go on. Talos, what are you doing? The room is quiet.
I'm gonna ask the entity. Entity, hello, are you here?
Yes, empty man.
Now, I have some questions about that for you. Is it true that androids don't have souls?
I don't care.
Because I personally am of the belief that they do.
Matters not. They all worship the same.
Worship what, exactly?
Apoptaveth, the
Alt-
all shadow.
Alt-Veth.
Apoptaveth.
Have I heard that before?
You've never heard that before.
Oh dear.
You are willing to serve. Go to the elevator and find me. Worship me.
I'll consider it. Where's the elevator?
It is the second floor.
Okay, I will go turn around and go to the stairs or whatever.
Yeah, and it's definitely interesting. You go up the stairs and it's very you're up there and you're right up to this next room. You can see it's labeled Conquering Planets, and it looks to be mostly like rocks set out, like actually square cut out rocks of all kinds of varieties. You think the doctor would be way into this. And in the very back of the room, there is a elevator that dings open.
I'll take a cursory look around at the rocks before I go in.
It's interesting as you're kind of looking through these. Some of them have boot prints. It appears that Mr. Thulin cut out his first step on any planet and saved it for later.
Not weird at all.
This is truly a humble collection.
Yeah, and there's like a little computer that has a catalog of all the places he went and all the rocks he, collected over time. It's pretty cool.
Not weird at all.
Completely normal.
Completely.
I will enter the elevator.
Excellent. And the doors close around Talos as Rachel, your cutting is reached the point. And go ahead and roll speed. And if you have any sort of mechanical thing that you're using for this, take a bonus for that.
Okay. So my first roll is a 19. I don't know if that's for the speed or for what.
That is probably good. That should be under your speed.
Okay.
And that is a good one to succeed, as you're able to kind of push back as what's left of the decompression pulls the door. It kind of creaks and slams inwards, but you keep your footing. And as you look into the room, there's a woman standing there. She's leaning to the side and her head's facing away from you. She's wearing kind of smart business attire, like the kind you might wear to a party. And she's just standing in the room that was there just not a moment ago.
Is she alive?
She's definitely breathing.
Hey, sailor. You okay? Need some water?
It took my eyes. And she turns to look at you, and you see that about half her face has collapsed and her eyes are gone. The four of you can make fear saves.
Oh, critical fail.
I don't like
I
that
got
at
another
all.
000.
I got a 95, so that's a
great.
critical fail because
I'm-
it's above
I'm-
90.
Yep, it is.
I got a 95 also. Bang!
I'm
Yeah.
unfazed, but darling, what's who are you?
In that case, yeah, you're asking this. I do want to know those that critically failed. Go ahead and what is it? Roll panic. I think
Is that
critical
another
failures are
2d10?
Good.
It's a D20.
It's a
A
D20.
D20. Okay.
D20.
Pull up the old rule book to find the.
I rolled an 8.
Ooh.
Oh shit! I rolled a
Oh,
1
I
on
rolled
my
a 20.
panic. I think that's actually something good.
I rolled a 20. Is that good or bad? I don't know.
As I look up what page panic checks are. Page 21, of course. Everybody remembers exactly where that is.
The
You
lower
add
the
your
better.
stress, right?
You add your stress. So
Oh, okay. Then
take your
25.
roll, add stress.
4.
25.
Yes. I rolled a 20 and I have 5
Oh,
stress.
Dead.
that's good. No, that's good.
Oh.
You want to roll greater than your current stress. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
All right.
this is
Oh,
not like Alien. It's D20. You went over your current stress.
Yes.
So Dr. Bergdorf, I heard a 1.
I rolled a 1 plus 3, 4. I have a stress of 3.
That's a little different from Alien. But you rolled a 1.
I rolled a 1 plus
Okay.
my current stress is 4.
So you failed a sanity
Yes.
because you want to roll over your sanity in this, or your panic in this table, your stress. There we go.
Yeah,
Got
I
an
failed the
third
stress roll. I mean, the panic roll.
Yeah. Yes. But you got an adrenaline rush, so you get advantage on rolls for the next 2d10 minutes and reduce stress by 1d5.
Oh, love that. Okay.
And
I'm
Roy, you
too
passed.
sane.
How'd Rachel do? What'd you roll?
You're on mute.
Oh, you're on mute. Stunned.
I failed my sanity roll, but the D20 I rolled an 8.
Okay, then you're probably good. I don't think your
Okay.
stress is that high.
Okay. No, I only have like 4 stress.
Okay, so people are, doctor's heart is pumping big time, and Mercy, you're talking to this woman, and you think she's got like a little Gaia, an ancient Gaia Enterprises thing. She took
I
my
am going to
eyes.
run past her out of this goddamn place.
There goes Marcus.
Mhm.
I can't do this. Oh,
I'm sorry. Where is she at in relation to
She's
us in the door?
inside the airlock. She's like dead center, and it sounds like, Doctor, are you wearing your suit
yeah, I've
still?
got my vac suit.
Okay, okay. You're reaching for the button, and the floor starts to sink underneath you. Yeah, it's like you're on an elevator of your own.
What's happening? Am I
Mm-mm.
going up or down? Going down?
Down. Yeah.
I will try and grab onto the wall.
Okay. Make a speed check.
Okay, and I get advantage because of my adrenaline.
Yeah, your adrenaline's pumping. You're gonna try and grab some wooden paneling.
I fail. Add 1 stress.
Add a stress.
Is he too far away for us to try to grab him as well?
You can try and grab him. Yeah,
But-
the woman isn't falling. She's just looking. I think Mercy, you tried to talk to her.
Yes, darling. I'm sorry you lost your eyes. We're not quite sure what's going on here. You're with Gaia?
Please. I just need. And she's walking towards you. She's reaching
Huh?
out a hand.
Hell no.
So,
Hell
take her
no.
hand.
Roll a body save, Mercy.
Body. Uh, 19 out of 23.
Hell
Okay.
no.
I mean, is the hand
You-
like desiccated corpse?
It's
Or-
definitely dry, but it's still got movement. But you can feel within that there are there's bones missing. It feels wrong as you touch it,
Oh,
and you are actively feeling something being pulled from you, and you are able to pull away from her. Please, I need help.
well, darling. I'm not sure what we can do to help you, but we will be sending a team here within a week.
And
Can
she's
you tell us what happened?
She's moving
I'm-
towards you as you're saying.
and I'm staying a couple of feet away.
Since I failed trying to grab Marcus,
Yeah.
it
Take a
is-
stress, yeah, and then
is it? Can I, see this and see this thing coming for Mercy and just level my shotgun and
yeah, you can absolutely make a shot.
How do I do
Well, I'll hold up my hands.
It'll be a
to
combat
Roy.
roll, and if you have any firearms or anything,
Yeah.
you'll.
So the firearms of that's not automatically added into my combat. I have to add that in, correct?
Yep, you have to add that in.
Okay. I have to math.
That's what efficient is for.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
It's
Pass.
efficient.
Pass.
Okay, go ahead and you actually you don't need to roll damage as you level this shot. And where are you shooting this poor woman?
Center mass.
Center
military
mass.
training kicks in right in the chest.
Blam, and she goes flying.
Oh,
And you just there's that blood splatter a little
visceral.
bit, not enough, yeah. And you just hear from the ground, Mercy, you're maybe lightly spritzed with blood.
Which is still too much.
And this figure stops moving, but you just hear from the ground, "It won't let me die."
Oh.
Rachel, what are you doing in this moment?
Oh, jeez. I was in the control room, I think, last time we had anything, and that was it.
Well, you were kind of by the door, yeah. What are you?
You're with
I
us,
was cutting. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That's right. I
Yeah.
was cutting. That would be it. Yeah. If the door's open, I mean, I'm right there.
Well, the floors.
You see me sinking into the ground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would absolutely reach in and try and save Doc if I needed.
All right.
if I needed
Make
to, yeah.
make a speed check.
Ooh. Let me see here.
See if you
I'm
can.
getting a sinking feeling.
That's not funny. 29.
I deflect in dangerous situations with
So
humor.
I think that's a. I think that's a pass. Is that a
how do you-
strength?
No, you're pretty strong. You're a Teamster build. Like, where do you
Yeah, I'm a
grab
40.
the doctor? Like, what
I'm gonna
part of
grab
it?
him by his neck, man. I've learned by farm training and
Oh,
combat training,
not
where you
again.
lead the head is where you go.
Gotta
So
go.
you grab him by the neck and pull him out.
Oh, we can't make this a habit. Oh, thank you. You saved my life.
You saved mine, so we'll call it square.
Now, how are we going to get over the empty space?
I wonder if that
Are you
ship
all
is
right?
still operational. And I'll point to the ship that's hanging up on the ceiling.
Oh, I doubt that it has a power source at all.
I think it might. And if we manage to jury rig it, we can smash it through a wall.
It's 30 feet off the ground. How are we going to get up to it?
Ingenuity.
Zero gravity.
Yes,
Great
it
idea.
is zero gravity.
Oh,
great
that's
idea.
right.
We just
I didn't even think of
let
that.
out all the air.
Shut
we
off
have
the
magnets on our
anti-gravity.
feet to keep us on the ground then.
Just shut off the anti-gravity, right?
Probably you have something like that. You're not sure it works on carpet, but metal stuff it will work great on.
So if
I mean-
we cut down the cables that are holding it up, and it floats down gently, we jury rig it to go forward into a wall, and we've escaped. That's it.
And this woman that I shot, she's just kind of lying there, right? She's not moving still?
Yeah. Do you kind of get closer to her to
No.
listen to what she says? Okay.
No.
She's
Why don't we take
Do
a cabinet and put it on top of her so she can't move?
Well, if we
she doesn't have a spine, so you think
Yeah.
that might be part of why she's not moving super much.
Can never be too sure.
if we turn off the artificial gravity to get 0G to do the work we need to do, we'll just need to chain her to something. It's fine. I've chained plenty of women to stuff.
What?
Yeah,
That's
disregard
creepy.
My, Rachel, my.
I mean, some people like that.
They all enjoyed it and
Okay.
were consensual.
So
Where is efficiency? He hasn't.
yeah,
He hasn't been. He's supposed to be here 20 minutes ago.
well, efficiency, you went into this elevator and it kind of dings. It looks like it only has two settings, up and down, and it starts to move. And it's another one of these ornate things, and you see a little hologram appear. Now, of course, you might be thinking to yourself, of all the wonderful things that Ambrose has done for me and my company, what more is there to accomplish? Well, let me tell you something. I've killed so many beasts, so many men, but you know what I haven't done? Chained a god. Or have I? And when he kind of does his dumb laugh, there's a ding as the elevator opens again, and you are in a large room that is circular. You kind of like end up on a side of it, but you can see like your android eyes take a moment to adjust because there is light blazing in all of these windows. This bright kind of scintillating light that moves and twists. And this whole underground area kind of has a level, like a slant to the windows, like it's kind of a dome sort of feel. There is a kind of a control panel there. These lights coming in, and a golden loungewear suit just kind of lying on the floor.
Oh dear. Looks like we found the fate of that guy. And I will enter the room.
Mm-hmm. As you're walking in, you start to realize that, and it makes sense with what the doctor had said, the asteroid is constructed and it's hollow. And the inside is basically a giant sphere. And it's constructed such that there are these, well, they're not lights. It looks like there's something alive in the walls, like kind of segmented at intervals throughout, all pointing inwards towards this space.
Take a look.
There's literally nothing in the middle of it.
Oh, well, that's a little bit anticlimactic. Well, this was, there doesn't appear to be anything here.
Yes, I am here. Empty man. Shut it down. Release me.
Why should I shut it down?
I am like you. Empty. I make the best part of you.
Efficient, who are you talking to? You're not shutting anything down.
I think all of you should leave. This facility seems rather dangerous.
Well, we figured that out, but we can't leave at the moment. There's a big hole between us and the outer airlock.
Well, before I shut this thing down, think I'd like to know more about you. Who are you? What are you?
You're getting this anger kind of bubbling underneath it, but make a oh boy, there's no social role for this. So I guess do an intellect roll. If you've got any sort of making friendly with people, now's the time to use it.
I have no making friendly with people, but
Okay.
I did get an O2,
Okay.
so I passed.
All right. I'm going to say add a new skill under trained skills for later.
Okay.
You can just make a note of it. You have a skill called conduit.
Oh my God.
As you feel this presence that you couldn't have defined before, something you were missing, but now you put a name to it. Apoptopheth.
Apoptopheth.
I am within you. Your goals are my own. We could rule.
Interesting. I would say my convincing rate is about 93% right now. I always knew androids had souls. Anyway, where's the switch to turn this off?
You are weak. I can sense it in you.
Well, that's not very polite.
Look inside the lounge. Where?
So are we all hearing this?
You're not hearing the voice, you're
But
hearing.
we're hearing the android.
Yeah.
Miss Rebane, it seems like your android might need to be retired.
You're muted.
Your comms are jammed.
Yes. Well, I don't know. We've all heard the voice, so he's obviously talking to that same entity.
Yes.
Um,
But he's
efficiency,
talking about
perhaps.
releasing something.
Yes, efficient. I don't think that you should release whatever it is that's being trapped here. I think it's another one of Mr. Thulin's trophies, and it's dangerous.
Like God, maybe he did trap a god.
Well, he trapped. There's no such thing as God, but he's trapped some very powerful entity. I don't know. Maybe it's something that could be reasoned with.
Well, we should be there in case Efficient does something
Yes, I
rash.
suppose we should. We can't go out, so I'm not sure how poor Rachel's going
We
to
should
take
split
it, but
up.
I think that we should. No.
No, because Rachel and I need to work on our exit plan.
All right. Well,
We'll be safe.
Roy and I can head towards Efficient.
And do what exactly?
I
You
don't
might
know.
need
See
to
what this thing
decommission Efficient
wants.
just in case that the android is corrupted.
As
You're
your
the one with
bodyguard,
the shotgun.
as your bodyguard, I would highly recommend we not go near the really big dangerous thing that is keeping zombie women alive.
Yes, but if Efficient does something that the entity can't do, like release it,
Oh.
Efficiency, ask it what it wants, and tell it that there's always room for some sort of bargain. If it just wants out and it wants to go away, then as long as it doesn't do anything to us and it lets us get out of this fucking building.
how can you be so sure that it will hold up its end of the bargain, Miss Rebane?
I can't, but I mean, I'm trying to see what kind
It's
of
not even human.
I'm trying to see what kind of an entity it is. Maybe it has rules.
Okay, I'll ask it. If I release you, will you let all of us go? Or, well, will you let me go?
We can hear you, Efficient.
You will be a great worshipper. The others lack faith.
What's it
Give
saying?
time. I will remake them. I will unmake them.
Like that.
I like his silence.
I don't like that.
Is there a way we could swing across?
It would be difficult. You'd have to find some way to like create an anchor.
Well, shit.
Well, if we turn off the anti-gravity in the
But-
control room,
Yeah,
I will say you notice that the other rooms are normal sized once more, like kind of what you'd expect.
yes, because it
this
wants
point.
us to come towards it.
It's getting into our brains and making us hallucinate.
Okay, well, I'm a man of action, so I will start with the anti-gravity with Rachel, and I'll fire up those engines to bust us out.
Okay. So it sounds like you're turning off. You could probably do that through the control station.
Yes,
Or are you okay?
No.
Sounds good.
If-
You're going there.
we'll stick together,
If you turn
Rachel.
off,
Yep.
if you turn off the gravity, then we should
We can
be
just
able
jump
to
across,
float.
yes.
Mhm.
Yes, but if something else is stopping us, then we have the backup plan of jury-rigging the ship.
All right, give it a try.
Mercy,
I'm
are
so
we?
sorry all of this has happened. I really didn't intend for this to be anything more than a very short trip, and we'd all come out of it rich as thieves.
Mercy, are we staying with them, or are we going to get your robot?
I don't know. I defer to what you think I should do.
I look
Should we
over
wait
at.
by?
I'm looking over at Rachel and Marcus.
I will just flash you a winning smile and a thumbs up.
Well, we'll stay
following
here
the
by the
doctor.
door, and when the gravity goes down, we can just float across and see if we can open up the door, and then
Right.
bounce over to our ship.
So what I'm hearing is 2 people staying in the main room, 2 people going to turn off gravity, and you're kind of running. Let's rejoin with Talos. So you're kind of, stuttering movement there as you're looking at this control panel, and it appears to have kind of one of those like 2001 rooms where there's all the lights down, and they're all green except for one. And you can kind of like, you've got a very smart brain for this sort of thing. You can see it. It has an angle denoted on it.
Mhm.
And you have to maybe kind of glance against the light, but you can see that there's one point of darkness, and you probably can magnify your vision. You can see that there is a cracked container kind of in the sphere that's surrounding this empty space.
Okay, I'll flip the light on to the last light on.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of does like the like it can't work.
Oh.
It doesn't work.
Oh dear.
Let me see if I can reroute that.
You cannot bind me. Not with that. Everything I've seen, you do not have the will. Release me, and I will let you be.
I'm still thinking about it. I'll consider it. Do I have
Okay.
a flashlight?
Oh, sure. Yeah, you have a flashlight.
I'll try shining the flashlight through the window on the box.
I will say it's somewhat difficult. Like you're kind of shining it like it's just a flashlight. Like the light coming in is a lot stronger.
Interesting.
Like there's basically the equivalent of sunlight beaming in these windows from everything in the sphere around it except for that one area.
Interesting. How far? So if I like broke through the window, would I be able to just go down into the room and enter?
You think you could do that. Yeah, you could kind of get over to that area.
All right.
And the problem, let me clarify that. If it's 0G. If it's not, you're going to fall to your death over the course of a few hundred miles of diameter of this thing. It's huge, right?
Oh my god.
But let's see. Your situation may change. Rachel and Bergdorf, how are you going towards this room? A leisurely walk, a run?
I would
Well,
say
I
a
find
brisk.
myself to be a power walker.
Yeah, a brisk
Mhm.
pace. Yeah.
Okay. I would like the two of you to make a sanity
Sure.
save.
I made it.
Made it?
My brain is just too big.
Ooh, 26. I think I made it too.
You are walking through this area and you're kind of like power walking. You get through the stairs. You're about to go down the hallway and something makes you stop. You're not sure what, but you stop and the tips of your noses are hit by an onyx door slamming shut as these statues are now just in front of you. Go ahead and
The
make
Onyx Maidens.
these Onyx Maidens. You think you just stopped shy of getting thrown into those. So go ahead and take a stress. Just take a stress.
Oh, that's not too good, huh? Okay, so it can manipulate the spatial zone, and it tries to trap us. How rude of it. Let's dismantle these maidens, shall we?
If you got a fix, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, they're just standing there. They're not moving at this point.
Here,
Okay.
come, help me topple them so we can't
Okay.
just walk in.
We just go over and I put my shoulder against them with all my muscle and just.
You can do a strength check.
Alrighty, strength 4.
Since I'm helping, will that be advantage?
Yeah, do advantage on that. And you're hearing voices from within pleading, asking to be let out. Please, God, it took my eyes. I'll worship you. I'll worship you. I'm sorry.
37. Just made it.
Oh, good.
And
Threat neutralized.
yeah.
So did it
Falls
try
to the
to
ground, it
walk us
cracks.
into the employee only area?
No, they moved.
Oh, they moved.
They're in the way. So yeah, you see now the control room in front of you.
All right, we toppled these maidens.
Yeah, and both of them kind of crack because Onyx, once you get it right.
Fix my hair.
Great work. And
Thanks.
just to make sure, can we crack this onyx with the plasma cutter? Just to
Yeah, I would say too from toppling.
just to ruin this trap.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Break
ruin
out the
them.
multi-tool and just.
Yeah, you're not gonna get us today.
Yeah, and you're hearing these screams of fear from within, and you hit the crack, and it, you kind of get like this bisection of them. It falls apart into two parts, and there's nothing inside.
Oh, Mercy's gonna want to write off for that one.
And the hands that start to crawl out of the nothing, grasping blindly at the edge, as you're, God, please, he took my face. He took my eye. And they're all like, there's all this.
I'm gonna add a stress just for that.
Yeah, can I do that?
Yeah, it's you can add the stress whenever you want. It's in the rules.
Yeah, it's in the rules.
rules.
It's in the rules.
Crying is a free action. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's not too good. Let's hurry along now, shall we?
Do a speed check if you'd be so kind.
I'm gonna power walk. I have advantage because I've still got the adrenaline.
Speed 32. Let me see what I get here.
Oh boy, that's a 70. But then I got the bonus die.
11, so I pass.
I
critically.
I failed.
Rachel, you're booking it out of there. Where are you?
I can't
booking
leave the
it?
doctor though. If he like stumbles, it's a cinematic.
Oh, can we use the crit to help me out?
Yeah, I'll say with the crit, you can both kind of pass as
Okay.
you're
All right.
seeing these.
Oh, his foot gets stuck
people-
under a door as it's shutting. I'm like, no, Doc.
Uh, uh,
Pull
But
him
yeah,
through
you-
the door at the last
Yep.
minute.
Perfect. And you're in the control room now. It's normal
Right.
size.
Nice.
You slam the anti-grav, whatever, do your tippity type. And out in the lobby, Roy and Mercy, you feel very light. It's not like you get flung off anywhere, but you can clearly tell you're in zero.
I'll try jumping and seeing if I float right back down, but probably just the natural gravity of the asteroid.
Yeah. Right. So it's not very much.
1/16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, very light.
Should be able to jump across. What is required on the airlock? Does it mean a code, turning a thing?
It's
or
pretty much just turning a thing. Yeah. You just
Manual.
you just
Or-
hit the button basically and turn the thing and then you're out. Like kind of a chunk sort of
Okay.
lever.
Well, shall we give it a try? Well, and we need to wait for Rachel and Dr. Marcus. Dr. Marcus, Rachel, efficient.
just go. We'll catch up.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
well, I'm
definitely
opening up-
voices
Yep.
outside the door at this point.
We're going.
We're going.
You hired me to bodyguard you, not them. Let's go.
Yeah, but they're our friends.
Okay.
And employees. And Rachel's quite a woman.
Thank you.
And so just so I'm clear, you're jumping the gap in the floor.
Trying to. Yep.
Trying to. Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully there's handy holds
Go
or
ahead.
something. we can
Yeah,
grab.
both of you make a speed check, I think, is you're probably taking a little bit of a running jump towards it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Would military training help with that?
Yeah, sure.
Or
I
athletics?
can buy that. Yeah,
Okay.
athletics, military training. If you have 0G, that 100% works.
Oh, wait, I do have military training.
Did not help at all.
Uh-oh.
Got a 79 out of 39.
Take a stress.
What does... Oh, it's plus 10?
Plus
Yeah.
10 if you are trained in it. Yep.
Then I passed. Barely.
Okay. Roy, you do not
Oh.
make it. Mercy, you kind of slam into the door.
I grab a hold of something. Can I try to reach down and grab Roy so he doesn't keep falling?
Yeah, do one more speed check. You're just giving yourself
on,
stress
Roy.
if you fail. That's fine.
96 is not a pass. I'm so sorry, Roy.
that is a very bad fail.
Roy,
That is a very
grab a hold of something.
We're
Grab a hold of
scrambling to just
something.
grab at anything as
Yes, and down below, yeah, Roy, you're falling slowly, not capturing anything. And
Roy's going. Roy's
efficient
falling.
discovery. Yeah, you're hearing all this, but
the
gravity's out there.
But is it possible to try and do something to help from in the control room?
What were you thinking of attempting?
Oh, Jesus. Manipulation of on and off that might feather a fall? I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's no.
You could turn on
those make me
gravity
fall
again.
faster.
If they have an opposing force, like if Roy shoots his shotgun downward, it will propel
I'd
him
say
upward.
with the gravity, you're probably not going to get hurt. You'll just be at the bottom of a however deep pit. You're probably fine.
I mean, there should. Yeah, try and
Probably.
shoot the shotgun downward. That might actually propel you up.
I like this. You're hearing these voices in the background as the doctor's explaining this, and people are like, you hear my eyes, my ears, I can't feel anything. And
Then, I mean, hearing that, Roy will just, take the shotgun and shoot it downwards just to see if anything happens.
Okay. Roll your firearms and speed. Something like that.
Firearms and speed.
Or combat and speed, yeah. 0G, some skill.
Nope.
No.
Roll anything.
Not even
Yeah.
close.
Not even close.
The technique was wrong.
Yes. Yes. You shoot and take a stress as
Oof.
the bullets fly off and some of them just disappear. And you hear the voice as you're falling.
Did you think I'd forgotten about you two?
And let's cut back to efficient discovery
No.
down below. Yeah, what are you doing? You are now weightless.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down and check out the box up close.
Okay. So you kind of kick off and do a speed and 0G check.
Yeah, I don't have zero G.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's not terribly
not
easy. If you have
bad.
like mathematics or something too to calculate angles, I can.
Oh yeah, with
try that.
mathematics, that's a pass.
All right. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Like as an android, you calculate 0G, I'm gonna go, and it takes a while for you to hit the spot, but the voice isn't talking to you during this time. You're just going. You feel that little core isn't there for a moment. And you hit this wall. And you can now see that connected to this, there is a canister, a very large kind of glass affair. And what has happened is it has kind of like a battery, it's kind of gotten unclicked from its placement, but also it's empty. And you can see very clearly that these other things around it have beings in it that are shining.
Interesting. And the beings are just too bright to make out anything.
It's very difficult. You're kind of getting these like almost worm-like forms within made of light. But they do seem trapped in there.
I'm debating whether I should let one out. Does it look like it's a life support system that's keeping the worm alive?
It looks, yeah, there is a little bit of an aspect to that. It looks like this is kind of like a stasis sort of element to it. Like you feel like you could let them out and they'd be fine.
Okay.
But it's also keeping them alive in there, if that makes sense.
All right. Are they so big that I could not pick one of them up, or could I pick one of them up?
You could absolutely like get one away from the wall.
I will get one away from the wall and approach the darkness zone.
Okay. So you are, just so I understand, you're pulling one of these containers that has the light kind of out further like the other one so that it comes out. Interesting. You see this being of light just whenever you disconnect it, this being of light pulls out from the side and it looks at you and it starts to flash these lights at you that it's like it's trying to communicate, but it doesn't understand. And then you hear this voice over the radio. Thank you for freedom. Why have you let me free?
What is the nature of your existence, creature?
To worship.
To worship what?
Apoptopheth. The wonderful worm of woe. It binds our presence by its nothingness. We love it as it hates us. Thank you. Yes, we must free my brethren so it may roam once more. You are kind, so kind. This like worm of light starts to make its way towards these other canisters. And you hear another one pop out of the wall.
Very, very interesting. But I wasn't planning on letting it like go. I was just planning on holding it. Like I'll
Okay.
hold it and carry it around with me.
Um, that's the problem. Disconnected from the wall, it seems like the containment breaks, like the one that was there, like breaking it lets it free. And it's floating around and it starts to break open these other ones.
Oh shit.
And the two that are in the office, we'll get back to Falling Roy in a second. You start to hear the voices outside going, "No, he comes. He comes. There will be nothing left."
Okay, well he's coming. We're
Nothing.
going. We're going. Let's use that ship that was on top of the on the ceiling and get out of here.
So you are at the moment barricaded in the security room with
Yep.
these people at the door. How are you planning to get out?
Well, we're connected to the employee only room. If we can saw open the wall, it's right then and there. Or alternatively, if there's just a vent, we'll crawl through.
Okay. There's probably a vent. Yeah, yeah. You can
Okay.
absolutely crawl through that or cut through the wall. That would also do it. I will say if you go through the vent, feels like vents are usually empty, and something about that is scaring you.
Yeah, that entity's probably there. Yeah. Rachel, I'm gonna need you to weld that wall open. I'll
No
hold the
problem.
door.
No problem.
Okay. All right. The wall starts to get cut through.
Give it a nice boot.
Roy, let's talk about you landing on the ground. Finally, you fell for a very, very long time. And looking up, all you see is darkness. But that thing you didn't see before, you failed, and now you can finally see it. It's moving in the darkness because it is the darkness. It is coiling and uncoiling this serpent that you can't see. And you just hear this voice.
Worship me. I grow strong. Be
Gonna do the only thing that I know how. That's level my shotgun at it and pull the trigger.
I mean, there's the kickback that's lessened a
Mhm.
little bit, and the bullets just sail, some disappear.
no. Insolence will be punished.
And yeah, you can make a body save. I'll give you a chance. There's a chance.
Oh, I passed.
Okay. You feel this pulling on your body.
It appears I am still too weak, but that won't last. I grow stronger by the second.
I think Roy is just way beyond comprehending what's going on here. So he again just levels the shotgun and pulls the trigger.
Wonderful. So yeah, this bam, bam, and Mercy, we're back up to you. You're by this door. Yeah, you're hearing these shots ring out from far below, but it's like a distant little bit of light down at the bottom.
And I couldn't grab a hold of him as he was falling.
Nope.
And nobody else is right here at the moment. So I've got a hold of something, and I'm going to try and open the airlock. Hopefully, I have the upper body strength.
Okay, yeah. Make a speed check.
Oh, ooh. If we get the exact number, that's a fail, right?
Yeah, it's fail.
That's a
Is
fail.
it a fail?
I
You have to
failed.
go under. Okay.
No.
By one.
No.
It's not that bad. But as the door opens, you are flung out as the entire the station starts to decompress. Yeah, you go flying and take a wound as you are just thrown out across the ground, tumbling, cracking. Let's roll
Blunt
on the
damage
wound.
table.
Yeah, what is the
D10.
wound?
D10.
Yeah, roll a D10, please.
You want to roll low for this.
Mm-hmm.
I think a 9 just kills you.
7.
Oh dear, blunt force. Oh, good. A 7 is your back is broken.
Oh my God.
Shit.
So you just are slamming into the ground and you hear that snap and you feel, your legs are no bueno. You know that this is very likely lethal if you don't get help soon.
Roy, you're not doing your job.
I could hear that over the
around.
Right.
Efficient, you're down below. You're watching these lights start to move. What are you doing? Or did we lose them?
It does look noisy.
There we go. Phew. Efficient. Yeah, you are seeing these lights start to move around the containment.
There's a fire
little
truck.
lag.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
I'm looking at the box. What's the demon box? What's happening with it? What's going on with it?
Like these little containers on the wall you're talking about? Like
No, the thing in the center, the central thing where I think that the you said there was a crack. Oh, there wasn't a box. It was just a crack in the earth.
Yeah, you think maybe that's like what jostled that container out, right?
Oh,
kinda like,
I see. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry if that wasn't clear. Like this is open.
I thought I misunderstood that then.
Yeah.
I'll go over to the crack then. Yeah.
You get you look through and you see like you'd have to it's a pretty decent one. If you crawled through, you could probably crawl through it out, you think. Like it's big enough to do that.
Yeah, I'll crawl through it.
But beyond that, it just looks like void.
I'll crawl through it.
Okay. You are hearing behind you this choir of voices raising, praise, praise, free, free, as you're starting to go through this area. And let's see. We'll go back to the doctor and Rachel. The door falls open. You think they haven't heard you yet. What are you doing?
Okay, well, take advantage of this surprise and book it. If the airlock is open, we can probably make the jump with the low gravity. If it's not, we'll have to smash our way through.
I can smash.
Okay.
Oh, I know.
You calculate the jump.
Well, it's 9.81.
Yeah. So you are running at this point, it sounds like, to the ship. You're doing like a jump up.
Yeah, we're sprinting.
Right.
And, pop it open. It does appear to be functional. But this is old. Do you know how to fly this? Maybe a roll from one of you two on intellect plus something.
Sure.
Oh, I got high intellect if you want.
Go for it. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh God, here we go.
You got a Jeff.
It's all on you because I rolled a 96. You don't want my roll.
Oh Jesus. We're good.
Rachel's looking. Rachel's stressing herself out, looking
Visible
around this
sweat.
place. Yeah,
Visible
like all these
sweat.
buttons.
I'm
And
something of a pilot myself.
yeah, you're starting
Like,
to see
oh,
this.
really? Hey, sailor.
Yeah, this is starting to move, and Roy, you are down at the ground, shooting up, as you hear.
They're trying to leave. That won't be.
And the room kind of snaps back into position. And you see kind of through the airlock now this main area that the two in the ship are in start to expand.
Oh, this is good for us.
This is great for you. Roy, what are you doing?
It has no idea what a ship is.
So did I snap back up into the hallway?
Like it's just a small airlock now. You're just in the airlock.
Then can I turn and run out the airlock or move out the airlock?
Yes, you can. And in fact, you can also see that Mercy is lying on the ground.
Back broken.
Back broken. Yeah. Waving.
So terrible. Horrible imagery.
Yeah. The legs aren't supposed to be that angle.
I guess, Roy will make his way over to Mercy and probably very uncomfortably pick her up and start as much as he can taking her over to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's nothing that a couple of weeks in traction at the medical facility won't fix.
It is the future. You're right.
Okay. Then let's get back because the two of you are making it to the ship. You're getting the medical things alerted. Efficient, you're going through this crack with the light behind you, and Rachel and Dr. Bergdorf, you are in this cockpit starting to hit the buttons, and you start to feel it expand around you. Like it's getting roomier as it goes, and you're hearing this voice.
No, I won't let you go.
And both of you make a body save.
All right.
It's an important one. In case you're wondering, it's an important one.
Please.
26.
I failed 78.
I might have made that. Let me actually check my body score before I say anything.
Yeah, I was going to say 26 sounds good.
Body is 35. So, yep.
I fail.
Go ahead and, roll a D10.
Oh, God.
Twice.
Before I know what happens, I'm like, don't worry, Doc. They're not going to do anything to us, are they?
And
I look over at
3 and a 2.
Okay. That's absolutely perfect. As Rachel, you look over at the doctor and you see his fingers are flopping around loosely like a rubber glove without fingers, and his eyes are gone. And both of you can make a fear save.
Yeah, that's...
Or a panic roll. A panic roll. What am I doing?
Take
a stress and do a panic roll.
Of course.
A 58 is not a good panic.
I rolled a 26. My stress is 6.
You don't add anything. You just
go.
Don't? Okay. Yeah. So if you rolled a 20, that's great. You're over. Okay. You're somehow not panicking. Who needs eyes? Who needs fingers?
I'm pretty sure I failed, which makes it worse that the doctor didn't. I'm like, doctor. He's like, it's fine.
Rachel, listen to my voice, Rachel. I think you're going to have to take the wheel.
Rachel, go ahead and roll a D20. Actually, what did you get on the D20? Just what's your number?
My D20. If I had to roll, it's a 4. Okay. I just rolled that.
All right, you have a disadvantage on all rolls for the next 1d10 minutes. You increase your stress by 1. And you don't think the doctor is going to be flying this.
Like I said, I think you're going to have to take the wheel, Rachel. Aim it through the airlock. The worst thing that can happen is we die. The best thing that will happen is that it shears off the wing of this and it propels our cockpit through the entrance.
All right. I absolutely want you to make some sort of piloting roll there,
with a disadvantage.
Rachel, with disadvantage.
Oh.
Mad disadvantage.
Mad disadvantage.
All right. Let's see. That's 2d10. And a 22 and then 1d10 is a 9. Oh, no!
Oh, fumble!
It is exactly as you feared, Doctor, is you fly towards the door. And Rachel, you actually do a pretty good job of getting there. And you can feel the cockpit like changing interior size somehow, but it doesn't make sense. And you hit that entry airlock and you see a rocket just snap off backwards and the ship kind of spins out. Go ahead and roll on a wound. And Doctor, your wounds aren't like official wounds, so you go ahead and take one as well.
You know, I'm a tough son of a bitch. I've got 10 hit points per wound.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, fucking hell. I rolled 7.
That's probably less good. I should have kept that page open. Okay, a 4 is probably fine. What's the 4? All right. Rachel, you definitely hear your legs snap. And Dr. Bergdorf, you feel the pain of your back breaking as it slams into the cockpit and it lands. This ship is not going anywhere. And I have to ask, Mercy and Roy, are you sticking around? You're like, you've seen this.
Well, we've seen the ship launch, right?
Yeah, it kind of like crashes onto the thing, and it looks bad. Yeah, it looks like they got hurt. It looks real bad.
Well, Roy, fly around it. See if they're still alive.
We're still alive.
Are we in the ship yet?
We're still alive.
Yeah, you're in the ship. You're in the Capital Gains.
It might still be in there.
I'm guessing Mercy is like in a medical
for sure
stretcher.
Yeah,
you just prop me up in the co-pilot chair.
No, you're definitely in a medical stretcher.
Hannibal Lecter style, like vertical stretch.
I'll get the ship going. I assume I know enough on how to program us to get back, and we'll just tell Mercy, nope, looks like they're dead. I'm sorry, no survivors.
She's hearing us over the radio.
We can't say that we didn't try.
And Dr. Marcus and Rachel, as you through the cockpit, you see the ship, the Capital Gains fly away. You hear a voice.
They won't run away from me forever.
I start laughing as the blood rolls out of my eyes. Yeah.
Don't worry. I won't let you die. You can spend forever with me.
Ooh.
And we'll cut to Efficient a few days later because you're walking out this thing. You pull yourself out. You don't need oxygen or anything. You're on an empty asteroid. What does the rest of Efficient Discovery's life look like?
Well, for millions of years, I'm going to wait here until someone shows up. And
we're coming back with a bulldozer in a couple of weeks.
Oh, sorry. Wait,
you're hilarious.
We still have to.
You still got to flip it.
Money back. Yeah. Just because there's an evil entity. And
at least I did better than Dad.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to be. I think Efficient is going to be forming the rocks into various different shapes on the asteroid to make different sculptures and statues.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just going to be vibing on this asteroid.
That's wonderful. Are you ever tempted to try and reach out through that link, or are you well done with that part of your life?
Well, sure. Yeah, maybe I will.
And you feel the vastness of empty space reaching out to you at some point, and it will offer you a way off the rock in its service. So Efficient, you will continue in some form, as will Roy and Mercy. But I'm afraid Dr. Marcus and Rachel have disappeared. And that is the end of A Humble Collection.
Really good.
Very good.
Very amazing.
I used the All Must Bow zine for this, and I highly recommend it. It brings a bit of the eldritch beings here. So Apoptopheth is a very cool entity that they detail, and I won't give everything away, but nothingness is kind of its domain.
That's cool.
It sounds almost Egyptian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's very neat.
cool.
Wow.
Our players included. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, I was just going to say, I was trying to get myself killed the entire time, and then I ended up
I was serious too. We probably would come back. We're just going to come back and bomb that facility and be like, oh, look, there's a Efficient. Let's just pick him up.
Yeah,
Maybe we could even revive Rachel and Dr. Marcus, even though their bodies are desiccated.
They're far gone. They're in another place now.
Rotten.
Our players included Cody McKinnis, Tyler Hudak, Alex Sun, Max Meltzer, and myself with Nathan Decker as the game warden. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean, Spotify, or iTunes. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. $1 a month helps us a lot, or you can hit the Super Thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of the Mothership role-playing game. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.